055-9919-802. Right. It's a Friday edition of the newspaper review is one that I so much love, and I'm sure you are looking forward to today's conversation. It's going to be as insightful, as riveting as it has always been. Let me run you through the topics that we have tabled for today's conversation. And for our very first topic, we are still looking at Sudan. Every day there are new developments. Dagalo, he has accused Egypt of being complicit in the Sudanese conflict. That is going to be an African story. And then we come back to Ghana, where the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he has brought up some measures to fight the canker of illegal mining. Galamsey, we call it. He's asked that that LI that made it, legal for people to mine in forest reserves be repealed, and so upon the reconvention of Parliament, that is the legislative arm of government, I think that would be done by the House. And then also he's deployed some soldiers, and he's also declared all river bodies and forest reserves as red zones, and so that means that people can't go in there and then go and mine. And so that is going to be our second topic for conversation. But still on Galamsey though, UTAG, they have declared an indefinite strike. They are demanding a ban on mining in forest reserve, and that, I think that that protest or that strike takes effect from today. So if you are a university student and you go to school, perhaps you are going to an empty classroom because your teacher won't be there or your lecturer won't be there. That's going to be a third topic for conversation. And 2024 elections, EC begins ballot papers printing today. So the Electoral Commission of Ghana, they will start the printing of ballot papers today. And so yes, these are the topics that we have tabled for this morning's conversation. As usual, and once again, I'm going to implore you to be a part of the conversation. Let me know what your thoughts are. I've been joined this morning by Honorable Timothy Awonterim Atabwade. It's been a while. We had him on the show. It's always a pleasure to have him here. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, Bless.
I trust you are doing well.
I am doing fantastic by His grace and mercy at this era. What can we do that always seek for the mercies and favors of God for His blessings? So for me, I think that God has been good to us, notwithstanding the colossal challenges that we are having in terms of the management of the country and the economy and good governance and so on. Let me say good morning to Bishop. Is that your name? And then nice meeting you too.
Same here.
And I think that we're going to have a fantastic discussion. We want to say hello to our viewers out there who have always been with us, contributing fantastic to this program. And then our chief host is now running me. Let me use the opportunity to congratulate him. Since then, we haven't talked because I know how tedious these issues are. You don't continue to disrupt our way of congratulating. But once I'm on the platform, I think we support him. And I think that this feat had been achieved through his advocacy on good governance, through his advocacy for the youth, and then the general public. So let's see how it goes. We'll wish him well and we'll continue to pray for him as a young man. And that will support him in our prayers. And whatever resources that we have would continue to support, even in terms of the exchange of ideas and so on. We are always available. Thank you.
Right, thank you. I'm meeting for the first time Archbishop Dr. George Silom. I want to believe that I'm getting the pronunciation right. Silom Hamilton, and he is a leading member of the Movement for Change. He actually controls the Western and Western North Belt. He is the belt coordinator for those two regions, and we are having him on Pan-African TV for the first time. I don't know, maybe he's been on other programs on this show. I don't think so, but for the very first time we have him on the newspaper review segment of the show. Good morning, sir, and welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you and your cherished viewers. It's actually my first time in the studios of Pan-African TV, and I give honor to the Lord for making it possible, and also appreciate Chief Alan John Kojo Chamberlain, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana. Come 7th December, where I know Ghana will do him the honors by voting for him, and Ghana will definitely rise again. And so a special greetings also to Mama Pat and all the esteemed volunteers of Movement for Change. They are doing very well, and with a little push, we can get to our destination.
Right, thank you so much. Without further delay, we'll get into today's issues. Like earlier I told you, we are again, for the umpteenth time, we are looking at Sudan. Sudan has been a belabored situation. It's a situation we've spoken about ad nauseum repeatedly. We've had to have a conversation about the fighting in Sudan between the Sudanese armed forces and then the paramilitary rapid support, that is the RSF. There have been a lot of fighting. Scores of people have died. Over 20,000 people have lost their lives as a result. Over 8 million, I think more than 8 million, I think more than half the population, about 25 million Sudanese people have been displaced as a result of this conflict. But what we are hearing this morning, that the leader of the Sudanese paramilitary rapid support forces, that is the RSF, Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, he known as Hemeti, he's accused Egypt of being involved in airstrikes in the group's troops in a recorded speech on Wednesday. He also accused Cairo of training and providing drones to the country's army, which has recently gained an upper hand in the conflict that has ravaged the country for almost 18 months. The Egyptian Foreign Ministry later issued a statement in which it denied Hemeti's accusation regarding the participation of Egyptian aviation in the ongoing war in Sudan. While Egypt denies those claims, it calls on the international community to ascertain the evidence that proves the truth of what the RSF militia leader said, the foreign ministry added. While Egypt has been perceived as close to the Sudanese army and its chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, the country has joined efforts by the US and Saudi Arabia to mediate the conflict. Cairo also hosted talks between rival political factions earlier this year. In his recorded video message, Hemeti said Egypt used US bombs in its strikes. If the Americans were not in agreement, these bombs would not reach Sudan, he added. He also referred to Tigrayan, Eritrean, Azerbaijani, and Ukrainian mercenaries being present in the country, and reiterated accusations that Iranians participated in the war alongside the army. The army has recently made advances in the Sudanese capital Khartoum and the southeastern Sennar state, where Hemeti suggested the alleged Egyptian airstrikes against his troops pushed them back from the strategic Jebel Moya area. Finally, he says the war in Sudan, which erupted in April 2023, has forced almost 10 million people from their homes, sparked widespread hunger and famine, and seen waves of ethnically driven violence blamed largely on the rapid support forces. And so this is happening in Sudan. Omar al-Bashir's Sudan that we all know, which has been a beacon of civilization, if I should put it that way, especially many years of yore. These are the places where, you know, civilization actually started. So to see this happen over there is a worrying situation. But let me start the conversation with you, Honorable Atabwade.
You see, interesting about the Sudan story, it's a satire. It's a situation where, in the abundance of minerals and resources, Sudan has degenerated into a conflict zone, into a conflict that has led to misery, anger, a conflict that has led to the displacement of over 10 million Sudanese people. Like you rightly said, the Nubian civilization started with the Sudanese empire and so on. It spread across South Sudan, went down to West Africa and so on. It's a civilization that we thought that, having transitioned from those days to the current situation, they should have avoided this conflict. But it's all as a result of greed, political greed from leadership and so on. And for one of the mediators, in this case Egypt, to be accused of supporting the military as against the RSF is an issue, because when trust is lost in conflict issues, it becomes very difficult to get to the root of the matter. It becomes very difficult to resolve the matter. If the mediators are then tend to be accusers now, who is going to be a mediator then? Then the effort that Egypt has been putting across, including the US and then Saudi Arabia, would come to nothing. And I believe that the RSF would have information leading to that. And they even accused them that they use military accoutrement that belongs to the US, and that if you hadn't given them the permission, they wouldn't have been able to do that. And it's increasingly becoming a problem in this part of the world, where the world is moving from war into resolution of matters using reconciliation and peaceful methods. It's in our part of the world where there is so much resources that these resources should be exploited to inure to the benefit of the people. We continue to see this kind of war. Look at what is happening with the Nigerian Boko Haram. Across the West African sub-zone, it's happening. Look at the coup d'etats, toppling democratically elected governments and so on. Efforts by the West African organization to ensure that peace returns. They also go there in a belligerent mood, threatening mayhem, threatening to send troops and so on to topple a military government that has been widely accepted. More than 80% of the population that has accepted. How can you do such mistakes? So for me, it's a big issue, and Egypt should reassess its position there. It should reassess its status and begin to do as mediators do. They should keep off completely. They should not give a semblance of supporting one faction against the other. In any case, these are people of the same tradition. These are people of the same cultural background. These are people whose civilization bound them together until we have modern democratization. We have modern and Western people coming in to exploit these resources and to divide them. That has brought Sudan to this stage. If you look at the people of Sudan across the country, across the world, these are very intelligent people. These are very innovative and skilled people. People coming from Sudan, they have what it takes to move the economy of the whole of Sudan and even the central part of Africa. Looking at the minerals they have over 5 billion liters of oil reserves in that country alone. So for me, it is about time our people look at the fact that greed and political machinations has not helped our people all across the continent. We should begin to have homegrown solutions to our problem, because when we rely on our foreign partners, what they do is to further exacerbate the issues by the exploitation, that kind of divide and rule tactics, knocking our head together. They are with this movement, they are with the other movement. And the major aim of these things is to exploit. If you look at the reasons for colonization of Africa, look, Britain colonized through Egypt, colonized Sudan. What were the main reasons? For exploitation of resources. Down the line, over 400 years of slavery, we still have these teething issues that we could resolve and come together. And if you look at these were some of the issues that Nkrumah advocated for the what do you call it, the African Command, that we can have a centralized army and begin to do things as Africans. Nkrumah's ideas were thrown away. Later on, we are back to the same stage. People advocating for the same thing that Nkrumah talked about so many years down the line. If we had come together as an African continent that needed solutions to our problems, that won't happen where we are. Look at what is happening in Ghana here. Ghana here will barely skip this situation some years back. Even the president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, had to come out to appeal to the military that they should let him finish his term. We have heard Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo talked about impending coup. We have heard Professor Atubiga talked about it. Probably people have expressed their fears, all because of bad governance. All because of bad governance. And if in Ghana we are experiencing one of the worst bad governance, Ghana was a beacon of democracy, a beacon of a gateway to Africa, gateway to West Africa and so on. What has become of us? We become a threat to our own citizens that entrusted power to us. Sometimes you ask yourself, did the colonial government do damage to us as we have been, damage is being done to the people of this country? A Ghanaian who is a president today has caused so much havoc to the lives of the people of this country that even people like Einstein cannot believe that this thing will happen. The famous Nostradamus couldn't have predicted that, look, we'll have a country where a Ghanaian is leading the people of this country and everything has been thrown into haywire. And even in the state of the despondency and the distraction, there's so much belligerence, there's so much disrespect for the people of this country. If the people lose hope in the current dispensation, what do you think will happen? What do you think? It has taken time because people feel that there's still a way to change government in this current dispensation to a better government coming future, which we think that the only way to stop the decadence and the further exploitation of the resources of this country is to vote the MPP out completely. Is to vote the MPP out because we did not hand over the reins of government to them to turn around and then to exploit it. Look, yesterday I was telling someone and I was saying that, look, if Nana Addo hadn't become a president of this country, it would have been better because and he would have saved himself a good name. Why? Because, bless, you know what, wouldn't have known his governance style and would have gone with the fact that, look, if Nana Addo had become president, this country would have been heaven on earth. So it would have better he used to have become a president. Now that he has become, he has exposed himself to all the ridicule on earth here. People including Konjo Obiala, the World Trade Organization, the woman from Nigeria, Konjo Iweala, said that, look, Ghana's case is sad and no country should ever go there. We've become all sorts of mockery. Just oppose this and what is happening in Southern Sudan and what is happening in what you call Burkina Faso and so on. This country has so much resources to the extent that we should have been better off under this government. Even hunger, people cannot get to eat. Our water bodies have been destroyed. We'll be coming there. People cannot drink clean water. If you want to drink clean water, you have to pay much more than we used to pay. Every essential services under this government has gone completely destroyed, and people are beginning to pay the brunt of bad governance on this guy, on the people of this country. So for me, in the case of Egypt, in the case of Sudan, as a mediator who has turned an accuser, it is for the mediator in Egypt to begin to reassess themselves and to be completely neutral, absolutely neutral in this issue. It is not going to help them. And the way, if you look at the way rebels fight, if you look at the way they fight, they are not people you can easily wash away anytime. They metamorphose into several facets. They metamorphose into several areas that sometimes you feel you have defeated them, then you see them regroup and gather and come in a different ways and so on. So in the case of Egypt, in the case of the Sudanese people and other, history told us, and history is replete and it's clear on the fact that rebels cannot easily be flashed out like that. They have a well-rehearsed program, well-rehearsed agenda where they unleash it or release it as time passes by with different tactics and strategies to fight their enemy and so on. They are the same people. We call on the mediators to be absolutely neutral, to show maturity, to employ the tools of negotiations, to employ the tools of mediation and ensure that at the end of the day, it is the people of Sudan who are going to suffer. You just read the news telling about 10 million people have been displaced. 10 million people, needless 10 million people being displaced, with it attendant hunger, attendant, what do you call, sickness, diseases, and afflictions across the place. Look at the movement of people across, just to get a place to lay their heads. Look at children involved, look at mothers, look at the aged and so on, moving from their own. Where can it be safe if your home is chaotic? If your home, you get that there's no peace, where can you run to? There's nowhere to run to. So for me, it's about time the mediators show absolute neutrality. They should employ the tools of negotiation, the tools of mediation, and ensure that at the end of the day, they are seeking to bring the people under one umbrella to ensure that development rolls out to the people of Sudan, and there will be peace. There are a lot of businesses, and most people are moving out, like out of 5 billion barrels of oil, crude oil, hidden under the crust of Sudan. That is big enough to make everybody in Sudan live in peace.
Right. Thank you very much, Honorable Timothy Atabade. That was a resounding one. Let me now turn my attention to Doc. Doc.
Thank you very much. Once again, I would like to say good morning to Honorable Alan Kojo-Kyerematen, and also congratulate my own brother KOD for the honors done him, and he's doing marvelously well. He's turned Central Region, my hometown or home region, into yellow, and he's doing very well.
I mean, not to cut you, I think when KOD was nominated, there was a lot of skepticism, but it is clear that he's proving the doubters wrong. Exactly.
Is it Honorable sends a congratulating message to him and expressing his profound joy that he believes that he can do it, and he's going to go all out to support him in any kind or any form to achieve his purpose as a Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, to be sworn in come 7th January 2025. So he's doing well. And, have you also seen what is happening in Ashanti region? The MPP people going for their campaign, and then as soon as they hear the sound of the Afafranto, then they abandon their own campaign trail and start joining Alan Kyerematen and going to vote for him. It tells you Ghana is ready and they are expecting Alan Kyerematen. But moving away from there, it saddens my heart to see that a continent that is blessed, so much blessed, endowed with many rich resources, plunge into war zones, and is a source of worry to us. And I believe that the OA, the Organization of African Unity, OAU, should step in immediately, because it is not going to help us as a nation, as a continent. And how did we get here? We got here because of bad leadership. Because of bad leadership. And one thing I searched through the people of Sudan is that they are very tribalistic. They are very tribalistic. They don't accept themselves. From the look of things, this young man who is accusing, and he spoke for about 39 minutes, accusing someone who has been appointed as a mediator to make sure there is peace in their country, there is orderliness in their country, and fair share of their mineral resources or power in the country. So for me, what I will ask them to do is that they should get on the round table and discuss these issues. And remember, it is not only the Egyptians that has been implicated. That you've allowed them to use your missiles to cause mayhem. It's like they are trying to tell the Africa or the world that they are making a case for themselves that world UN, you look at what is happening. The US is fueling this war, and they are just hiding behind Egypt to make sure their agenda is fulfilled. So me, as an ambassador of peace, I would like to appeal to them, the RSF leader, and then the president of the republic, that they should come together, sit on a round table, and discuss the way forward. Because as it stands, it is not going to help them. It is going to affect development in their region. It is going to affect them in terms of hunger. They won't be able to go out. How will you feel that as you step out to go out there or go to your farm to bring something out of your farm to eat, or you want to go to work, and there's bombs, missiles flying over your heads? You won't be happy. even in your own room, you won't be happy. I remember a bishop friend of mine said he traveled to one of these Asian countries, and when he was going, his spiritual father advised him not to go. He said God has sent him there as a missionary. When he went, he had to sleep under his bed, not to raise the head, because the slightest mistake, his head will be gone. So security-wise, it is a threat to our security. What is happening in Sudan is not only about Sudan, it's about the African continent. Just as Honorable stated earlier, what happened in Nigeria, and it's still ongoing, we thought that it's about Nigerians, but we are reaping that effect. We were here when the national security people told us that there have been some missionaries at the Boko-Ghana border. So we have to be concerned about it. And it also boils down to the fact that when leadership is wrong, we should be able to say it. Ghana, for instance, we've been able to sit on these issues, and it's actually a time bomb. Just waiting. Ghana, we have the youth who are not willing to take up arms, because we've seen that what happened in 1983 is not something that is good to write home about. Just moving away from that, I've heard other Ghanaians saying that, yeah, we need a coup. But I asked myself, did they really witness the 1983 coup? 81, 79, 81. Yes, thank you. 1979, 81. They did not witness it. If they had witnessed it, they wouldn't call for it. Okay, so I believe that all the African leadership must call these two factions together, sit with them. If possible, UN should come in. So I'm calling on my mother organization to step in and then make sure that peace prevails, because the absence of peace is nothing to write home about. Yeah, that is what I want to say about it.
Thank you very much. Saka Salia just joined us. Saka Salia is a member of the New Patriotic Party and also a member of the National Communications. Saka, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bliss.
I hope you're fine.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Right. We are discussing Sudan and all the issues. I mean, this is not the first time we've spoken about Sudan over and over and over again, except that there are new developments. There are accusations against Egypt by the Rapid Support Forces that they are complicit in this war. They are aiding the Sudanese army to fight them. Your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you very much. And let me take this opportunity to say good morning to my co-panelists. Good morning to Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, the next president of Ghana, inshallah, and the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Well, I think that we have talked so much about Sudan. I don't want to actually, because my two panelists have already spoken a lot about what is happening and all that. So what I would just add is the fact that I know Egypt very well. And historically, I mean, Egypt has been one of they serve as a good brothers to their neighbors. It's only on few occasions that you see some of these things. They've always been a good heaven for them. And therefore, if Egypt itself, because within the Arab League, Egypt is a big player, and to accuse Egypt of involving or complicity in the Sudan crisis is quite unfortunate. But they always say that there is no smoke without fire. I think that whatever Egypt is doing, to the extent that they have been accused of destabilizing Sudan, must stop. Because it's not in the best interest of the region, and especially where they are. And we know, I mean, there's a lot of commonality between Sudan, Egypt, and what have you. within that sub-region. And therefore, I would wish and reiterate the point that Egypt, as a big brother, should not have any personal interest in guarding or trying to foment the problem that exists in Sudan. I mean, this led to a secession. I mean, the problem of Sudan led to a secession that we all thought that, oh, it will stop immediately after that. But alas, it never. And there could be reasons for that. But like I said, a lot has already, been said, and we are already late for the program. So let's go to the next topic.
All right. Thank you, Saka Salia. Let's move away from conversations about Sudan. Let's come back to Ghana. But again, once again, let me remind you that I'm taking your messages. Let me know what your thoughts are. 05599198802. I'm going to try my best to read as many as I can. So, our second topic for conversation has got to do with illegal mining galamsey. The conversation about illegal mining has been rife over the past few weeks. There's been pressure, a lot of pressure on government to take steps to, stop the canker. The president has listened. There's been some, directives that he has spelled out. For instance, we do know for a fact that currently, as we speak, there's a deployment of military men in uniform to our water bodies and to our forest reserves. These places have been declared as red zones. Already we've heard that some champagnes have been burnt due to this directive. Then also, when Parliament reconvenes, that legislative instrument that allowed or that made it legal for people to, go and mine in our forest, I understand, will be, revoked. So these are some of the steps that that the president has taken in order to ensure that galamsey comes to an end. However, a lot of people appear to not have confidence in these steps because these are steps that we have resorted to in times past. Operation Galam Stop, Operation Halt, that is the most recent one, and all of it amounted to naught. Excavators were seized some way or the other. They developed wings and then flew to wherever they came from. So, in as much as the president has spelled out some measures, there's still not confidence with regards to this fight. Some people have even said that a state of emergency should be declared, something that the Lands Minister has described as too draconian. But I'm starting with Honorable Awontering on this. Do you have any confidence, especially looking at some of the measures that the president has brought out? That is what everybody has been, asking for, that let's put a stop to this. The president has acted. Are you hopeful? Are you confident that this would generate the results that we all want?
You see, Bless, let me be honest and blunt with you. Like I reiterated in the comments about Sudan, President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, if he hadn't become a president of Ghana, he would have done himself a good turn. We wouldn't have known him. He has been demystified and embarrassed by his bad governance style. I've never seen such a president before. Someone who had so much goodwill, someone who had over 160 members of parliament, almost 1 million. The people had so much hope in President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. For him to embarrass himself and bring the country on his knees is so mind-boggling and irritatingly annoying that when you see an 80-year-old man who kept his presidency on the line. What did he tell us? He told us that he has been on the journey to become a president for the past 40 years. 4 decades. What it meant is that he would have studied about bad governance of his predecessors. So to come and degenerate and sink into the lowest devil's hole is unimaginable. And what are we discussing about him? This president has his own well-rehearsed agenda to come and exploit the people of this country. And he has been enrolling them year after year. Recently, the expose that we saw about even the daughter's involvement in the Galamsey. We have said it time and again that, you see, the fight against Galamsey is extremely difficult because of the fact that members of this government are deeply involved in large tracts of mining. And when you say they ask you a question that, is it illegal for them to do business? Is a small scale license not it's allowed? But you see, when you use a license document and then underneath it lies illegality, the whole of that system should be crumbled, should be dismantled, should be disabled completely. Because people have small scale licenses, they come under, they flood the rules, they go under it and employ illegal miners to mine for them. They turn and even buy them. It will surprise you to know that even the small scale licensed, they are not even doing their work. They are rather using illegal miners to do this thing. Look at the Al Jazeera gold expose on all these things. As I talk to you, everything under this government has crumbled. Now, when you come to the land issues, like you mentioned, look, we've spent so much trying to stop Galamsey under this government. They told us they are buying drones, and they are buying drones to stop them. You name them, Asari Donko, Exposure from Joy FM. It's replete. We've seen the pictures, and so what has been the effort? Belligerence. We won't stop it. Our people are involved. I have seen members of this government who are honest enough to say that the fight against Galamsey is made difficult because of the involvement of their own MPP people. A professor brought out the result. If they had accepted Professor from Pomboade's recommendation and the report, probably wouldn't have gotten where it is here. Up to the fact that the president's own house in Chebi was, there was Galamsey activities there. They quickly, when the National Security Operative notified them, they went and closed, revegetated the areas as reported by Frimpong Boateng. When the report came, what did we see? The whole Attorney General was supposed to act on it, wrote a letter rubbishing the report and threw it away. Attorney General Godfred Odami, that was why he did. Today, where are we? It has come to the extent that mothers who have given birth, their children have been affected. Can you imagine a mother who has been looking for a child for the past 4 or 5 years, and God has blessed that woman with a child for the woman to give birth to a deformed child? Did we go or did we come? The waters are completely polluted. The chemicals in them, that Pramsu forest has been degraded by 50% gone. To me, a chairman of this government is busily mining in forest areas. And when you talk, they tell, look at the data. And look at everything. Look at, this is the 4th estate report saying that for the past 20 years, 5 companies got permits to mine in Ghana's forest. Then between 2020 year, 10 companies got that. This is 4th estate. I didn't put up there. Look at Bright Seymour. He has also come up to talk about the 1,400 licenses have been issued just in 2022. You can go on, but the president is seriously involved and his family, and they care less about the people and the health of this country. What they need is money. To make matters worse, you name the Imani Ghana, you name almost those who matter in this country have talked about this. The NDs who have been consistent. There've been a lot of expose on this. So what we needed was a complete stoppage, a moratorium, or what we call a state of emergency. That was it. That was the final weapon that should stop this thing. What did we see? Labor that we had hope in them. Labor that we had all the hope in them. that everybody was waiting. That from the 10th, the president will be compelled, because there is a precedent to show that when the people rise against a regime that is dictatorial, a regime that will not listen to the people of this country, they would be compelled to stop. Just like the sale of the Senate hotels. When the workers rose up and threatened to go on to lock down this country, the president has to shamefully withdraw from the sale of the hotel. We were waiting until Ghana Medical Association, led by Dr. Siribo, an MPP guy, quickly said that the Ghana Medical Association was not going to take part without consultation to his general counsel and so on. You see, the sad thing about it is that these are same medical officers. When we are sick, we go to them. They complain about the cyanide and the other chemicals there. They complain. They don't say complain. They complain. My brother, when we're in power, you remember Dr. Kwesi Poku, what was his name? Dr. something Poku. Look, there was a woman who gave birth in Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, Zuyeba. The child got missing. The thing became an issue, and then you remember the case when the boys from the Zongo area came there and threatened. He called for a strike. Instead of them to provide a clinical psychologist to take the woman through the trauma the woman was going for, Dr. Duse Poku called for a strike. That is how partisan Dr. Duse Poku was. Dr. Duse Poku called for so much strikes when we're in power. Now this is what that involves the lives of people across this country. Ghana Water has told us the timidity levels have gone beyond what they can do. Where I stay in Accra here, there's always water running 24 hours. Because of that, we are no more getting water. The treatment is gone haywire. Dr. Duse Poku, that was what he was doing. Calling strikes anytime. And this one is a case for it to exhibit that what do they normally call? They call it the oath of what? Is it hypocrisy or something that they swear as medical? They are now even hearing that 2 million Ghana cedis was given to leaders of this organized group for them to back off. Can you do that? Can you imagine? The problem here is that they've not. That's what we've heard. Listen to my language. I said that's what we've heard. And they've not come out to debunk it. So whatever it is, my brother, these things come. Obviously, we don't expect them to sit quiet. Because when they were taking it from the Jubilee House, you and I were not there. So we cannot say it's only God that will come and tell us. But we'll continue to do that because your action speaks louder than words. You cannot withdraw at the last minute under what? That the president has assured them. The same president who said that there will not be haircuts came and swore to the people there will not be haircuts on their investment the following they were doing haircut. The president who thought they were not going to go to IMF. When would, even in Parliament, when the late deputy minister was there saying they are not going to go there, they are not going to meet small boys, the president had called the IMF board to say that we are coming there. How do we trust a president when everything he has said under this and under the constitution has turned out to be not to be true? The lies, the fact that they cannot even maintain just one truth a day. There are a lot of the MPP, even appointees, who are outraged at the fact that under their own government. Look at Kennedy, Dr. Atta Kennedy, that the president he has sold his soul for the presidency. And I agree with him. Not the president that we knew. I'm not an MPP fellow, but as a young man growing, we heard a lot about Akufo-Addo, how he doesn't take nonsense, how he's ABCD. Today, look at him. He has been exposed. He's the worst president in the whole of Africa. We have never seen that. So when people had hope, his colleagues even within the sub-region had hopes in him. Look at where he has sent every place. Then Labour comes to tell us this. We were waiting for Labour to be dragging their feet and to go. Labour, you told us that you were going to force the president to put state of emergency. Then you come out when everybody was waiting to support you. You come out and you told us that you were not going. Only I dove my heart. And I think that is what the university lecturers have done. They represent the people of this country. And they've shown that they have independence of thought. Because as for the university, even during the days of the revolution, that was where people called for what? Democratization. People called for moving from the military rule into what? Democracy. So as for the lectures, they've done what we expected them to do. They are our last hope. We support them and we'll continue to support them. What Labour have done, and that they've withdrawn because the president has said that they are going to repeal the law, the LI, asking them, look, you have even finished the forest. The forest is finished. Look at Chimota Forest here, it's finished. The forest is completely finished. You don't wait at the 2 months to your, barely 2 months to your ostering from government. You want to put, does it know how long it takes a bill and whatever to go through parliament? It's just a smoke screen. You are not going to see anything out of it. And I was so much disturbed and disappointed to the core that Labour could not distinguish between a national call when it comes beckoning on them. They can allow a political party in power to hoodwink them with sugar-coated measures they want to do at the last minute, when you had all the time, 8 years, when you put your presidency on the line to do that. It's a creation of this government. 500 excavators gone, report as to everything is there. Civil society organizations have talked. Who do you want him to talk? God should come down and talk for the people of this country. The only way we can have peace with our forest, we can have our waters clean, we can have our environments revegetated, is to vote this government out completely. They've deceived the people of this country. They've stole so much from it. Look, today as we talk, I was reading the social media about Asante Bedietu's sickness in the US and so on. Yes, because he's in government, he can go to US and they'll have 10 hours of operations. How many people can travel from even Sanama to Accra to Kolebu or to Komfano teaching hospital for them to have surgeries on them? They've gotten so much money. The money has become so dangerous to them. It has led them to sicknesses. They are not, Asante Bedietu is not better than the 8 people who died in HEADMAN. He's not better than Abdallah Yarek, the 18-year-old boy who died there. They told us that their families went to school. He went to school so that school would turn out to be beneficial to the people of this country, not to exploit them. Today he is sick. Keno Foriata was sick sometimes, so he couldn't read the budget. He was in the US for months. What they told, you know what they told us, blessed? That he used his own resources. Really? Do you know the deployment of our missions in the US to ensure that he's safe there? When they arrive at the airport, how our diplomatic staff will come there, pick their things. They should give us a break. And it's a disappointment, and the president should be begging the people of this country not to be making mockery of them. They should be begging the people of this country. Yesterday, I also heard that the Minister for Lands is telling us that his tap waters, he drinks from the tap water. Hey, are we serious in this country? And that Duka, Honorable Duka is telling us they'll use 3 months to clean the waters when they come to power. So you have the method to clean the waters, and you won't do it now. You are waiting for people to die, and you come to power and clean the waters? Is that how Abu Jinapo can look in the eyes of the people from the northern part, all our brothers? Is that how it is? You can say you drink from tap water? Really? Is that how this country has become?
As for that one, I mean, I don't think there's anybody who drinks tap water.
I don't even want to go there. But I don't even want to go there. But as a minister responsible, No, I don't even want to go there. As a minister,
you drink tap water.
As a minister responsible.
You drink tap water. Oh, please.
As a minister.
How can you drink tap water?
As a minister.
Tap water.
The resources of this country has been put in your hands. That the resources have been put on you. Turn around and look in the camera and tell the people of this country, you drink from tap water. So what? Before you became an MP and a minister, were you drinking from tap water? You're a minister. You have so much resources. Rumors of they even putting dollars in their tanks. Now, even if you are carrying a black polythene, you are going, people will be monitoring you. If you acquire so much property, the rumors are replete out there. They turn around and tell that they drink tap water. Really, it's your choice. Anyway, if you drink tap water, it's good. Why not? But for those of us who cannot drink tap, they should give us a break and have some modicum of respect to the conscience of this. We know that we can think, we can reason. They are not older than us. We attended the same school. We don't work with them in the school. They didn't beat us. So today, you don't come and make it look as if you are an Einstein. You are so brilliant that me and you who sat in the four corners of this class, that you didn't know anything because of political privileges you are there. Instead of you to show candor and respect, you go about doing this. And I think that it's a blot what the president has said, what Labour has said. Labour has disappointed the people of this country. They should bow their heads in shame because they've not been able to distinguish between when the state comes calling and their personal interests and organization. Without the state, without healthy teachers, they cannot be NAT. Without healthy doctors, they cannot be what? Ghana Medical Association. Without healthy nurses, they cannot be. And so for me, I think that they've embarrassed all of us and they should rethink and move away from partisan issues and focus on national development.
Thank you very much, Honorable Timothy Awontere Matabwade. Let me read some messages that our viewers have shared with us. Saka, you can't tell me how to run. You can't tell me how to run my program. Respectfully, you can't tell me how to run my program. Saka, please. Saka, show some respect. Accord me some respect. I know what I'm doing. Please. Respectfully. Musa Abatwa says it's quite unfair. He's there, he hasn't spoken, he's not complaining. Why are you complaining?
Yeah, I will complain because
and you even came late. Don't be doing those things.
I didn't talk much
Saka,
about
please. Musa Abatwa says it's quite unfair to now call for collective responsibility to fight Galamsey when during the Dumsor crisis the burden was solely placed on President Mahama to resolve the issue. No one advocated for collective action back then. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that according to the Constitution, the ultimate responsibility to protect our natural resources, including our water bodies and forests, lies with President Akufo-Addo. It is his duty to fight decisively against his own people to end the Galamsey menace. Kaidebi Steve says, Bless EC has not released the corrected voters register but wants printing of ballots to start. Without the register now, how do you allocate ballots to constituencies? Incompetence are displayed by EC. Suglo Ibrahim says, good morning, Bless. We have already experimented these steps and nothing came out of it. Why should we take that again? Our 80-year-old president has lost touch with the reality on the ground. Suglo Ibrahim from Nadoli Khalil. Thank you so much. This one here says, good morning, Bless. Honorable Timothy Atabwade has said it all. Nanado cannot fight Galamsey. My name is Joseph Ansoti from Kumasi. Thank you, Joseph. Nazir Mohammed says, this first speaker on this Galamsey, what is his name? He's speaking with passion and hit the nail on the head. Well, he's Honorable Timothy Awontere Matabwade. But I'm sad Saka is here again to arrogantly lie. The man hasn't even spoken. Anytime I see Saka on the show, I feel sad that a young man can be so influenced as not to be able to speak the truth. All right, thank you so much. These are your messages. Please send the rest via WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp line is active. I'll read them in the course of the show. And if I can get the WhatsApp tablet as well, I'll be very glad. Saka.
Yeah. Bliss. Yeah, I've responded to my name.
Yeah, so, your comment on the... the current issue in relation to Galamsey, your leader, he's not even the leader of the NPP now, but our president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he has brought out some measures, but the people are not confident. That is why people are also not happy about
no problem
about Labour's decision to rescind that strike. Your thoughts?
Thank you very much. First of all, I don't expect anything from people who talk like that.
Which people?
People who talk when solutions have been found. I knew very well that from the onset, this whole Galamsey fight, the so-called Galamsey fight that people are purporting to be fighting, it's just self-centered. It's political. People want to win political power. They don't have message, especially the NDC. No message at all. And therefore, they found the message of Galamsey very propitious enough at this time to drum home and to hoodwink the people. And I'm happy the people have understood who the NDC are. These are people, when you take a decision, they will still have something to say. And remember, we have discussed this matter of Galamsey. All of us. We have talked about the devastating effect of Galamsey. We have talked about the fact that Galamsey did not start with Nanado. We have talked about the fact that Inus of Husseini, who was the land minister, at a point had to give up. And even did a press conference and said that the method that they were employing, maybe their modus operandi was wrong. And therefore, he was saying that the NPP fight against Galamsey, that was in 2018. You remember, never in the history of this country has there ever been a moratorium on small-scale mining. But the NPP did it in 2018. No government in the history of this country has fought Galamsey as much as Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government has done. Although we still see the turbidity level of the water go the way it is. But in honesty, are you trying to tell me that John Dramani Mahama has ever fought Galamsey? What did they do? In the period of John Mahama, I remember 500 Chinese Galamseyers were arrested. And instead of prosecuting and incarcerating them, what do you know what they did? The solution was just to, you know, take them to their country. And the same people, when Aisha One was repatriated, they hypocritically turn around to say that, why did you leave? Why did you, opt for null prosequi? Look at them. And today they have the temerity to come and sit here and talk about the fact that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is not fighting Galamsey. What did they do when they were in power? In 2018, when we put the moratorium and was using the Galam Stop and the Vanguard operation, Vanguard and all that, the NDC surreptitiously was all over the mining areas telling them that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo hate them. John Dramani Mahama shamefully is caught on tape. It's caught on, standing on the platform telling the people that if he come, he will give amnesty to those who engage in Galamsey. And when when he was asked further in his recent meet the press, he said, yeah, he still stand by that statement, and that there are certain big wigs that needed to be incarcerated and not the small fishes. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If you commit a crime, if you conspire with somebody and commit a crime, both of you will get the same sentence. The big fish, the small fish, both of them have committed crime. Why is it that the small fish, the bigger fish will not go to the Galamsey site? The first person that you have to arrest is the one caught. How would you know even the bigger fish when you have not arrested the smaller fish? So they just say anything, explain it away, and they are gullible fans, very gullible, will just take it just because it's coming from their mouth, even when it is not making sense. I mean, does it make sense for a former president to say that, even though there's a conspiracy, I will let one of the conspirators go, and then I will leave another one? When the laws of this country are clear, when you commit a crime, especially a criminal one, and he, because of his inordinate desire to get vote with that message, he thinks that he would say some of these things and then get the Galamsey. But I'm happy that the Galamsey have seen through the hypocrisy of the NDC. They will come and sit in Accra, condemn Galamsey,
go to the Galamsey site and tell them we are for you. That hypocrisy, I think that this time it will not work. The Galamsey knows that the NPP is genuine in its fight. What are we saying? My brother Timothy was saying that, oh, it is too late to even go and then change the LI 2462. Why is it too late? You can do it under a certificate of agency. He was a former member of parliament, and he knows that you can do it under that certificate. There's nothing, wrong with that.
Why did you put the LI there in the first place?
No, there was a reason, and I'm not here to tell you those reasons. Indeed, the NDC MPs were all parts of this. They never raised any alarm or any issue with that airline. And remember, that airline was passed in 2023. That we want small-scale miners, not galamseyers. Small-scale miners. And because I'm here with the act, this act actually regulates that a sector. And there's nothing illegal about it. Indeed, under John Dramani Mahama, they're giving more licenses to small-scale miners than under the NPP. They gave over 1,402.
Not true.
The NPP gave 1,002. I mean, these are the facts. So when people come and then to say that Abu Jinapor said, oh, he drinks from his tap. Indeed, Ghana Water can never give us an unwholesome water that ran through our pipe. If Ghana Water does so, somebody can take Ghana Water to court. And Ghana Water, the water that we take that go into our tap is one of the cleanest in the world. One of the cleanest in the world. And you see, because people just want to give a dog a bad name and hang it. Oh, Galamsey, everything that happened, whether the cause is from, is biological or is something else, people will get, maneuver their way and go the causal reason to be Galamsey. Look, some of us can sit here and high thought and say anything and hazard anything, or even lie, or give unverifiable fallacies about other people. I've heard some today that GMA and other labor organizations took money that they had. Do you know the things that we had in this country? If we are here to talk about what we had, and we are given the opportunity to say whatever that we hear, and then we go away because we are hiding behind I hear. Do you know the things that we say here? But because I want to sound decorous on this program, I will not go there. But the fact is that, are we trying to say that the labor organizations, the labor unions that wanted to do the strike action, they were giving money, even though it is on record that they were giving money 400,000 by John Dramani Mahama. That one is public knowledge. The labor union was giving 400,000. It was reported on newspapers and all that. But was it because of that they decided to go on strike? Was it because some of the leadership of the labor union are known NDC functionaries? To the extent that when the NDC came out with their nebulous 24-hour economy, even as they themselves cannot even explain it, the TUC boss jumped to the conclusion that, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. When they cannot even change nothing. When that policy, they themselves don't know what that policy is all about. They don't know what they are talking about. The TUC boss jumped to conclusion that this is game changer. Can you imagine that? And now people can come and sit here and say that, other people, other respected people, doctors of high repute, have gone to take money. Some are saying everybody has a price and all that, and therefore they can grease their palms and all that. I am saying, because the topic at hand has to do with the fact that the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has actually ensured that now and even before that our land, our water bodies are supposed to be protected. We did it in the first term of the NPP. We never achieved the maximum results that we were expecting, but at least there was some modicum of achievement at that time. And I'm saying, and from there on, when the NDC use that to campaign for vote, the NPP said that, no, I mean, look, let's sign a pact. If you say that you love Ghana, why is it that somebody in government is saying the correct thing, and you are countering it with?
Truly African.
A pleasant afternoon to you, and many thanks for joining us once again on your favorite political program. This is Election Focus from now to December 7. We shall keep on doing this every day of the week from Monday to Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My name is ALORMASOR. It's always a pleasure to be here as usual to bring you nothing but compelling conversations and insights into elections as far as the history is concerned, and what to.
You understand?
Non-NDC.
Non-NDC. I mean, we've seen. I mean, we can see when you can see them by their
he has fallen out of.
He has never been an MPP. We don't even need him. We don't even need him.
You don't need him because it's against.
Because I'm saying that we know him. These are the hypocrites that we talk about. And then they are pretending like lovers of the nation. I mean, we love the country more than any other person. Do you like the person more than the number one person, the number one citizen of this country? And these people are parading themselves. They go onto media platform, pretended to be neutrals. But Jampo has never even pretended to be. He has always shown his NDC colors. All of a sudden, what do you call it? We love Ghana more than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. My brother was saying that what did he say? He said Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo promised that we were not going to the IMF. Where did Nana Addo say that we were not going to the IMF? He never said anywhere that we were not going to the IMF. It was the finance minister and the deputy John Kuma who said we're not going to the IMF. But they are not. You see, they are not the government. The president is, I mean, the embodiment of the nation. The president can torpedo. Tell me when did the president say, when, what occasion did the president say that we are not going to go to the IMF? The president never said that. But if we even say that the president
the president knew. I'm coming, Saka. So the president knew we could go to the IMF.
Of course, yes,
he knew. And when his finance minister was saying it, he kept.
So he should jump.
He kept quiet. He couldn't advise his minister.
Please,
the person that he appointed.
What are you talking about?
And he reads the budget on behalf of
I don't get what you're saying.
Conclude.
I don't get what you're saying.
You get it.
The president can countermand any decision of any ministry, because every minister is a minister on behalf of the president. It is just that the president cannot be everywhere. That's the reason why he has to delegate people to do the work for him. So if a ministry decide on something, the president can countermand that. And indeed, this is not the first time. He has done that in so many other ways, through cabinet decisions and other things. So this president has been very consistent in his fight against Galamsey. He's been very consistent indeed when we talk of development, when we talk of the fact that he has been president for 8 years. Ghanaians are happy. At least he brought free SHS. At least he strengthened the NHIS. At least he brought Agenda 111. At least he has given us 307 ambulances. Every constituency in this country has an ambulance. At least he has built 12,000 kilometers of road, more than any other government in the Fourth Republic. At least he has given us warehouses, about 80 of them. He has given us plenty for food and jobs. He has ensured that police had places to sleep. You go to Dome, you go to other places. I mean, this is a president that has outperformed the John Dramani Mahama of old. This is a president that has ensured that the electricity, the power that we have is stabilized. It doesn't go off. Unlike another person that gave us 4 years of doomsor. This is a president that somebody wants us to say that, oh, if he had not come, I mean, we would have respected him. No, the president, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo presidency is the best in the Fourth Republic.
Right.
And nobody can take that away from him.
Thank you.
And his fight against Galamsey is the best.
Thank you, Saka Salia, for your submission on this topic. Okay. All right. Now let me come to Doc. Doc.
My first question I want to ask my brother here: has he lived in Galamsey area before?
Yes.
Where?
Almost everywhere in Ghana is Galamsey area.
No,
except 2 regions.
No, have you lived there? Have you stayed there?
I've stayed in Wa. Yeah, there's a Galamsey area around there.
There's a Galamsey area around there. And
small scales. No, not even Galamsey, small scale.
Wait, you are not getting my discourse. And you are happy about it.
What do you mean?
I have lived in Takwa.
5 million people are having livelihood through that.
My brother, you see, I asked a simple question. If you know the devastation, the menace, the trauma, the pain, the agony, the hunger, these people living in these deprived communities, living in these communities where Galamsey is being championed, you will cry for yourself. We live in Accra and it seems that everything is okay. It is not. At a point, I was in Accra here, one guy called me and said, Papa, I want you to come and pray for me. I've gotten a concession, I want you to come and pray. On my way going, I realized that it wasn't honorable. It wasn't just a concession site that they have acquired with the license. I realized it was a Galamsey site. I had to call my wife to pretend as if that she is a national security officer calling to check my whereabouts. Because I saw that the part we were chatting on, it was just a thin part. If anything happens and I fall into it, nobody knows what will get to know my whereabouts. This is the kind of menace the country has been plunged into. Now, if you don't know, I am so sad about Dr. Srebo as a medical doctor. Maybe he doesn't know. He should check from the CSIR portal that the menace of Galamsey in Ghana on health-related issues, we have 24,000 induced cancer cases recorded yearly. So let's add the numbers from 2017 that the MPP came to power. And I agree that Galamsey did not start from Akufo-Addo's government. It is something that has been there. But you see, when you have a problem and you want to solve it halfway, you are not going anywhere. You have to tackle it from the roots. There are 2 gentlemen, I don't know where they are, that I schooled with at Akuna Anglican Primary. Anytime I recall their names, I feel so sad for them. Because in that year, You know, the Galamsey site school education is not that is not prioritized that much. They are so much into making money. They will leave the class.
But you said there's poverty there.
They will, no, my brother. That is the reason why, you see, the resources that we have as a nation, the president must make sure that every citizen receive a portion or a quota of it for the betterment of that citizen. But if just a few are sitting on these resources, amassing this wealth for themselves to the detriment of the whole nation, what do you think will happen? It's quite fortunate. It's fortunate that Ghanaian youth have not taken arms in their arms to topple the government, which I wouldn't sit here to advocate for that. It is not right. I didn't say quite unfortunate. I said it's fortunate. I choose my words carefully.
You didn't say unfortunate.
My brother, listen to me very well.
I'm listening.
Okay. So, you see, we have a nation that every year we have to record this amount of cancer cases. Where are we heading towards? And then a home medical doctor. You see, before the labor union called off this strike, there were reports that TUTAG had withdrawn from the strike, that they were not consulted. Then GMA comes in to say, oh, for we are in support of the strike, but our people will not sit at home because they are service essential service providers. And then they turn around and tell us that they are not good. A home medical doctor, is he not aware of this? It's not only the CSIR who reported this, the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission also made the same assertion that this is not helping us. So Ghanaians, you see, the MPP is trying to shift the goalpost. And to me, we have to vote them out of power because they don't have any new thing to offer Ghanaians again. Moving away from that.
And bring who?
Moving away from... Yeah, Alan Chamantin is the best option now. Alan is the best option. And you know it. And you see, the MPP can tickle themselves and laugh because they know they are going to opposition. And I don't want to go into that tangent, because they themselves, they know they are in opposition. Now, moving away from there, he almost lost me. The menace we find ourselves in, me, I'm not happy. Abu Jinapo is telling us that he's drinking tap water today. Who would drink tap water? Even to use tap water to wash your teeth.
To brush your teeth. To cook. Me, I don't even use tap water to cook.
No, hey. But have you tested it to find out that so?
Why I don't know tap water?
It's because of some of these things that you say.
No, not some of these.
You come and sit on
you use tap water. If you use Ghana tap water to cook, you are moving to a certain death. Tap water, Ghana water. Or it's not reported that the levels of chlorine that they have to use to purify it is more than the accepted quantity. Are you not
so it means that
you are drinking that.
You see, when you make a point, people are listening to you. It means that now they use more chlorine in order to purify the water,
which makes it unsafe. Because according to the levels that are,
so you know more than the Ghana water scientists.
I'm telling you, they are the ones who say, "Oh, you don't know."
Oh, who said it?
My brother.
Who said it?
They are saying that right now because of the pollution that has been done to our water bodies, we require more chlorine, much more than the accepted quantity to purify it, and it is detrimental. How can you drink tap water?
He's not helping himself.
Hey, you want to drink Ghana water, tap water. You want to die.
Bless.
You don't drink it. Saka, you and I know you don't drink tap water. You and I know that Abu Jinapo does not.
Yes,
even when you want to pour water in your engine, you don't pour Ghana water into your engine. Saka, you know.
He is not.
You You go, because
when they sit on
tap
TV,
water.
when they sit on TV and on radio, they have to do everything possible to defend their party.
There's not everything you defend.
Because the people know.
But is it everything that you attack? Because that has been your modus operandi. You attack every minute thing.
Listen to me.
You see, the president has done something. Applaud him. Then you go on a tangent of investigating.
You spoke for 20 minutes. I gave you 20 minutes. You spoke for 20 minutes.
Everybody spoke. 20 minutes.
You
spoke for everybody.
That amount of time. You see, the shifting of the goalpost is too much. Let's go to Amenfi. We're here when a whole regional coordinator for Baumia's campaign saying that for them they will never stop Galamsey. If anybody thinks that the MPP is coming to stop Galamsey, it is over their dead body. They will never. Every year said it.
Is that what every year said?
The tapes is out there.
He didn't say that.
He said
what he said was that
what
the NDC had gone to bring some foreigners to pollute the water.
That is a medical.
That's what he said. so don't put words in his mouth.
I'm not putting words in his mouth.
Don't put words in his mouth.
My brother, I'm not putting.
So the person who said this is a kuku buying and co.
No. I know what.
So Kokuba didn't say that.
Wait. I know what Kokuba. Don't interject. Let me tell you something. You see, the Kokuba issue in 2020 said. Okay,
and there's another gentleman also doing same.
Saka.
Some MP, some
Saka or what?
National Executive of NDC.
Saka.
Nobody interjected you. Nobody. I didn't interject you. Please.
Kokuba in 2020, no doubt that his statement made the NDC to benefit from the voter turnout.
So do you condemn it or not? So then condemn it.
My brother, wait.
Condemn it.
Are you to tell me?
No, but he's finished. Now we are doing discussion.
Please.
Finish what?
Please allow him.
That helped the NDC to win power, right? But it doesn't mean that what he did is right. That is why we are saying that the
You want to read what somebody is insulting me? You read it.
I should remove the bottle water from
tap water.
Oh no, I can go and fetch it.
You will not drink.
Why? Go and fetch it. I'll drink it. Why? I'll drink it on air.
You can have my own.
No.
You can have
No, give it to the producer and then see whether I will drink it.
Proceed.
What are you talking about? I trust in Ghana.
Ghanaians.
Please get me.
I trust you. People don't trust Ghana.
Please,
I trust in Ghana.
bring it to Saka. You drink tap water.
You bring it. That is actually a tap water that is being.
They should bring it. They should bring it
You see,
here.
he will drink it, then run home and start crying.
Look at
Because
You go and take anti-poison.
do you know that most Ghanaians are affected by typhoid fevers? I personally, this water, I can't drink it because I've been prescribed to drink a particular kind of water, bottled water.
So you cannot drink even this one.
That's what I'm saying. You can take it.
Okay. So it means that it is not because it means that it is not because it is impure. It is not because it's impure. This one is a purified water.
Let me conclude. I want to make a passionate appeal to Ghanaians that the NDC and the NPP, when it comes to fighting Galamsey, they've lost it. They are not the alternative. Now, the president is vested with so much power to issue or to tell who mines in a particular place. Do you know that?
He has so much power to tell who mines.
Who mines in a particular place?
What do you mean by that?
See, in Article 2576, all the lands, the traditional lands have been vested in the president. And this is what Alan is proposing. That makes him the viable candidate to rule this nation.
No, the land have been vested in the president. We have two lands.
My brother.
Allow him, let him.
To establish, Alan is proposing to establish traditional authorities as co-trustees with the president in respect of all mineral rights in Ghana. Mineral rights, who has right over it? Is it not the president? And just recently, I heard
but
the Minerals Commission. Oh wait,
the president only have only a trustee.
A trustee what?
But you see, everybody has the rights. But the president, you see, is holding it as a trustee on behalf of the people.
If indeed he is hosting,
that doesn't mean that he alone has the rights.
If he is holding it as a trustee, then what Ghanaians are calling him to do, he should do it. He shouldn't just be sitting. Now it's left with about 2 months, just some 57 days to election, and he says that I'm now going to fight Galamsey. I've deployed people. Now, even what the military men are doing, I'm not in support of it. Alan is saying that when he is voted into power, these machineries that are being used are owned by people. First, you take inventory of them. You have to register them, know the owners, and then put a complete ban on the Galamsey.
Very utopian.
There he goes again.
Utopian idea.
There he goes again.
That's their manifesto.
Now they are going about turning the machines, the champagne, which we have seen before. Yeah. In MPP's time, they did say they did help. It didn't help. So you don't continue doing what doesn't help. You have to change and look for new solutions. And the new solution is that these Galamseyers are in the community. They are destroying our lands. The best thing to do is that you put a complete ban on it for a year or two, and then once you have put a ban on it,
it's already illegal. So why are you banning an illegality?
As we said, do you know that there is a thin line between
when the original minister said prostitution legal?
There's a thin line between small scale and
there's no thin line. That line is very great. That's a thin line.
You see, I have a problem.
Small scale is a license,
they know the truth and they will not.
Galamsey is not a license.
When you are telling the truth, they will start heckling you.
You know the truth, what is happening. The small scale license people are using Galamsey to take and then to call the truth.
You know it. The discussion in the studio, he will come and tell us that.
I won't come and tell anybody anything.
Do you know that?
I won't come and tell anybody.
You say it. Okay. Yes. Do you know that, my brother? Do you know that before Professor Frimpong Martin's book came out, he met the president and told him face to face that there are few people
could call him and even question why he was calling him and he wasn't picking his phone. The guy said he was flying. What did he call him to do? Was the same Galamsey matter?
No. He called him in his capacity as a lawyer.
Thank you so much.
As a lawyer. What lawyer?
He's not a lawyer.
I'm not saying that he's not a lawyer.
In his capacity as a lawyer, he was representing his clients.
I'll read some messages and then bless good morning. Please remove the bottled water from Salia and replace it with tap water and see whether we will sip it. Gibo from Techiman. They are running but deny the wisdom to hide, hence divine exposure on all their moves and manipulations. They are bent on learning. They are another way of not doing things. Good morning. This is Bello from Bando. Please don't give Sakasalia water. Please give Sakasalia water from Galamsey side to drink and not Voltic. Okay. He has the right to tell people that he understands GM's policies more than him. Is it because he is a lawyer? When it comes to public speech, there's no one. Baumia, okay, all right, thank you so much. Good morning, Pan-African TV. As for Saka, he's confused. Any word he utters doesn't make any sense. If NDC deported 500 Chinese, Saka's senses doesn't tell him that was a fight. Where they went to why do they want to destroy the waters again? Please bless, get Saka tap water so that he should stop drinking. But hey, everybody is saying I should give you tap water to drink. Everybody.
Bring the tap water.
Bring the tap water. I'm Kolugu Daniel Labila, watching you live on Timpani District. I'm sorry for Saka. The MPP, kindly. Please, I beg you. Please. I'm sorry for Saka, the MPP man, for him lying about Galamsey, like his paymaster Baumia. He should just wait for December 7th to see JM and Baumia, who is competent. Does Sakasalia think all Ghanaians wash our faces upwards? Some of us will show them pepper come December 7 from Fifi Chum, Accra Central. Thank you, Fifi. Good morning, Mr. Bless. Please kindly tell the MPP man that their party MPP doesn't have any message for Ghanaians, so he should stop the lies and propaganda. Good morning, Pan-African TV. Nanado and Baumia's days are numbered. For Saka, the least said about the way he myopically attacks issues, the better. Is the Galamsey they know how to fight for? Okay, the message is not so clear. Bless, good morning. Saka is not making any sense on this matter. Okay, you didn't tell me your name. Good morning, Bless. Tell MPP man that Galamsey is in existence for long, but it's during this MPP administration we are seeing this kind of disastrous waters. They need to be voted out of power. Thank you. Saka, please don't try to use words that you don't understand, because intellectuals listen to Pan-African TV. The opportunity you got doesn't mean you are better than anybody. So choose your words within your jurisdiction. We will embarrass you. Good morning, Bless. If it takes Miracle Abaji 100 years to tell one truth till thy kingdom comes, Saka will never speak the truth.
Just accuse somebody just like that. But what they are saying is true.
Hi, Bless. Good morning. What is Saka saying? Does he think we are not living in Ghana? If that, okay, the rest of the message is not so clear. Good morning, Mr. ALORMASOR. Saka in Ghana or coming from the moon? He is a disgrace to the NPP. Okay.
So let him show
Good morning, Pan-Africa TV. We, the people of Damango constituency, feel very sorry for the Ghanaian public for imposing such a leader on them. Honorable Abu Jinapo, come December 7, we shall put an end to that by voting him out. We are sorry. Ghana from Bororo GH. Good morning. Please tell the MPP man that all he's saying, we Ghanaians can't say anything, but God is watching and has seen all and heard everything he's saying. Mumuni Abugri from Boko Central. Thank you, Mumuni. Bless. This Saka will sit there and insult JM, but when people give you messages to read to him, you don't let him hear his own insult. Good morning, Kuchu again. We call something in we call something Kokonsa Sasabonsam. And this all lives with the MPP. Okay, all right. Thank you. Tell the MPP man that 1,400 licenses were from 1989 at former President Rawlings through Kufuor, Atta Mills, and Mahama. During the era of this government, illegal mining was rampant and used as politics to invade people's area under processes with force from Bubak member. Okay, right. Thank you so much. So many messages. Good morning, boss. I'm Julius from Akachi South in the Volta region. Please, indeed, MPP members are arrogant. Just listen to how that. Just listen to how Saka is talking about the former president. They lack respect. But ask him for me, which government introduced the LI to even go to the forest reserve to mine? And now that they who think they know all realize to revoke the LI. This is empty government. All right.
The people are nose in.
Right. Thank you so much. A minute each. This time around, I'm starting with you. A minute each on this topic, and I won't go beyond 1 minute. I can promise you on that.
The EC.
Yes.
Easy.
Yeah. Just a minute at a time.
The reports coming from them, if it's true indeed, that they are printing notices of poo, not ballot papers. That sometimes certain statements cause for laughter. You just have to laugh your head off or your hat off. Now, how are you going to justify yourself printing pools of notices when there's an issue with the voters register that we have not seen the way forward? You tell us that it is not perfect, it is not complete, and you are working on it. Then you come and tell Ghanaians that you are printing pools of notices. For what essence or to what extent? So the needful must be done. We are still waiting for the EC to tell us that they are done, or they are calling the reps of the cleared aspirants contesting for the presidential elections to come and sit and clean the menace. Other than that, this exercise will not lead us anywhere.
Right. All right, thank you. Please, why is the tap water? Everybody wants Saka to drink tap water.
Saka, today,
please, Gifty, I beg you, fetch the water from the tap, the bag there, bring it to Saka to drink. He will drink tap water on national television for everybody to see. Right.
Honorable. You know this issue about to be honest with you.
If they bring green water, you drink.
Green water, I will drink.
To be honest with you, if I'm in the north, I drink straight from the borehole. You know the borehole?
Yes.
Because it filtered the...
I've lived in a drought before.
No.
I've lived in a drought before.
Yes.
So I
The
know
borehole
what
water.
it,
You know the
It goes
and
through,
it's very clean, especially in Sanma and so on. You see, Saka, you were saying that we don't have a message. I beg you, give your message to the people of Ghana and leave the NDC alone. This morning was coming, I had your flag bearer, your leader. Your brother. The message was that your mama is talking about Kukon Kitty. That's a flag bearer who has mounted the platform. And statistical services that 8.4 people last year couldn't get food to eat. Multi-dimensional poverty.
8.4 people.
Yes.
Yes. 4 people.
No, about Saka. 8.4 million.
You are not adding the million.
Multi-dimensional people. 850,000 have been yanked into poverty. 1.8, what do you call it? Youth cannot get employment or be employed because of lack of skills. I expect you, the one who has got policies, when you mount the platform, address the 8.4 million people who couldn't get food to eat. Don't be talking about Kuko Kitin as if it's a joke. Campaign is not a joke. It is not funny. It's not cantata. It's a serious business. And let me tell you, you know Komna Dako, the famous trigger. Yeah. He started, you see, this condescending.
Is it from the toilet?
Yes. That's in the toilet. Yes.
Right. So Saka, please zoom.
So the issue is this.
Does it take? No, put it down. Put
the glass.
Let me tell you.
It is not true. Hey, you like what you drank?
I mean, what is it?
Let me tell you something.
You look at the facial expression, it tells you that he's not.
Can you imagine this? Can you imagine?
And the water is not pleasant.
This water is cleaner. I mean, excuse me. This is one of the cleanest water in Ghana.
He's not eating
So no, henceforth.
Give me this.
I'll give you that
So
one.
what Abu Jinapa is saying it's a truism.
What is tourism? So you put that aside.
Right.
You don't get the population
Nothing bad about Ghana get the population
complete. Then you tell them you drink tap water. Is that how it is?
Did you see me?
When the University of
Did you see me drinking tap water?
Comment afterwards.
Why would I
one Comfort Hospital,
you know,
Comfort
this one I didn't
told us that
let-
mothers who drank the water that you claim that this guy is drinking have got their fetus, their newborn children destroyed. Comfort teaching doctors, experts have even kept the fetus.
Can you mention when that says that it is
bomb
because of
this
the Ghana water?
Right. For the electoral commission, see the electoral commission. The electoral commission, we the electoral commission
Very clean.
is trust and credibility is in tatters. We don't trust them. So whatever they should engender transparency and accountability and open their doors for all the political parties to know that this is when you are starting the print and bring your representative. Let's start on a clean sheet. You don't go and then give them and start doing this job with that. When they talk, you say you are printing, is it what? Pulling notices. I think that what we want the electoral commission to do is to give us a register that has been cleaned by them as they told us, because what they initially told us was that they've taken notice of what we've brought and they've resolved the matter. They then said they are going to re-exhibit it. You haven't finished the register exhibition. You haven't handed over the voter register to all the political parties. We need data, clean register before you can start doing your job. It's as simple as that. You don't exacerbate your already credibility that is in tatters to the worst stage, because the MPP is the electoral commission is infected with MPP appointees. We are not going to allow the MPP appointees to print the papers there.
Please, after disgracing you people,
How have you disgraced me?
oh, you people have been disgraced on sex. You have been.
Should we bring you more?
Oh, Massa.
It's the viewers
I said that
called for you to
yeah, so you people should apologize to Abu Jinapo.
apologize on
When he said that he drink Tata and you sit here and say that he's lying. But you see,
nobody's going to
let's talk about it. You see, I mean, what is wrong with coming out with notice of poo by the electoral commission? I mean, I think the NDC has developed that.
It's not an NDC.
No, wait. But I just heard your submission.
It's a national election.
I heard your submission.
Yes.
So why are you not referring to
and
my
I'm
own
saying
too,
you people have developed that proclivity of always attacking the electoral commission without any reasonable reason.
If I were you,
I'm coming. What is wrong? You see, what is wrong with coming out with notice of poo? They say people who are talking and screaming blue medal, the NDC, they started accusing the electoral commission that there has been some anomalies with the register. When they were given the opportunity, they fluff. They were given the opportunity to come and convince and give evidence.
Didn't the electoral commission?
When you went there, you disgrace yourself. Do you remember what Ekwedanko told you people in that meeting?
Who is Ekwedanko? Oh Lord Jesus.
Can you imagine that?
Jesus Christ.
You are asking who is Ekwedanko?
Lord Jesus
But for you, if somebody asks that, who are you? After that one,
who asked that? Who am I?
Yeah, somebody can also ask who are you?
Who is that fellow?
So why are you saying Ekwedanko is a presidential candidate? You have never reached that height. You have never reached the height of Ekwedanko. She has been. Have you ever been a presidential candidate in this country? Has any Ghanaian voted for you as president before?
So Dr. Bawumia and then
asking
they are on the same status.
Like John Mahama.
No, don't bring your man.
Like John Mahama.
Don't bring your man. So I'm asking you.
I'm saying that.
Dr. Bawumia and Ekwedanko
I am
are
saying
the same status. That's why I want the listeners to know.
You people.
Ekwedanko.
One.
And tell the listeners. Tell them that
Dr. Bawumia they are preparing a message towards a potential defeat, because your defeat is palpable in your face.
So allow us to be defeated.
No.
So but the grounds must be good. The grounds must be good for defeat.
Don't go and attack the electoral commission and use that one as a decoy to cover your defeat.
Thank you so much, Sakasalia. Thank you,
You have said
Doc. Thank you, Honorable Timothy Awonteri Matabwade. It's been a pleasure. Very interesting conversation here on your on the newspaper review segment of Good Morning Africa. Tomorrow is Alhaji and Alhaji. Tomorrow's Alhaji and Alhaji is actually coming to you from Tamale, all the way from Tamale. That is where we are hosting Alhaji and Alhaji tomorrow, all the way from Tamale, the Tamale North constituency. And so, if you have made up your mind that you'd miss Alhaji and Alhaji tomorrow, you should think again. Make sure you do well to watch. Do have a pleasant weekend. Bye bye.